All right, let's be rolling here.
Hey, too early.
Can somebody give me
So the rich giant wasn't sad anymore because now they had money and they got married. That's too bad. That's the way it is, and you like it.
What kind of a picture was that?
look?
I can use a 7-Up like butter and coat my marshmallows and have it leak to the bottom.
We have to make sure they know these are marshmallows and not popcorn.
These are. Can you tell what these are?
Depending on time.
I just look. You can't see the color at all.
Okay, I'll just add lip.
Okay.
Do 5 marshmallows.
Here's another one. Oh, you
suck the Nile through your nose. That's how bad you are.
what did you say?
The Nile.
The lava lamp is actually working. You guys are ready?
We're ready.
We are ready to go now.
Yes, you have tuned your televisions correctly. This is Channel 22, and the show is WCHS Today. I'm going to be your host for today and hopefully for the rest of the year. And to my immediate right is John Cox, the illustrious co-host, along with the co-host, Nathan Early. And yes. Okay. Nonetheless, let's get things started out right with Mike Fitzpatrick, the one, the only, the top 10 man. Yes. Come on out, Mike.
Nice T-shirt, Mike.
Hey, thanks. Well, first a warning, this top 10 list has nothing to do with T-shirts, so...
Yeah, and the topic of the show does have something to do with T-shirts, maybe.
I don't know what that is.
Possibly. We've got a couple. It's laundry day, right? We're all hanging up our dirty laundry in here to dry. Okay, Mike, what's the topic you got for us this
Well, as
week?
everyone knows, on November 1st at 2 a.m., everybody woke up and turned their clocks back.
Ah.
So everybody got a bonus hour, but, you know, you can never know what to do with it. So these are the top 10 things to do with your extra hour of daylight savings time. Number 10, memorize the lyrics to "Oh Canada" so you don't feel left out at hockey games anymore. Number 9, count to 3,600. Number 8, learn how to program your VCR, or at least stop that blinking 12. Number 7, sleep like a normal person. Number 6, spray a new coat of paint on the Pinto. Watch it dry.
Hey!
Okay. Number 5, test the aerodynamics on different shapes of gelatin.
Yes!
Now, which one of these did you actually do, Mike, on your hour?
I think I slept, but I don't
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
Okay, number 4, watch 60 Minutes. Yes, it was. It wasn't that bad. Hold on, wait. Okay,
That was pretty ingenious, Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Peanut Gallery over there.
Not peanuts, it's marshmallows.
Oh, okay.
Number 3, get glasses made and photos developed at the same time.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
Open 24 hours, some of those places. Okay, number. Do you have any idea what he just did over there?
No, I really don't. I think it's better that I don't know what happened over there.
Probably right. Okay. Number 2, do as much work as Dan Quayle did in 89 through 91.
Oh,
Time
yes.
left over for a little nap.
And the number 1 thing to do with your extra hour of daylight savings time, build a life-size model of the Eiffel Tower out of Belgian waffles.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Mike. Once again, the top 10 list with Michael Fitzpatrick. Okay.
I'd just like to say that I woke up and my mom told me, set your clock back an hour. And so for an hour, I thought, hey, this is great. I get an extra hour of sleep. Yeah. That wasn't funny.
No, it was it meant to be?
They never are.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We do have a special guest here today, and this guy, he's great. He's a counselor. He's been all over the world. Well, not quite, but nonetheless, we have Mr. Coughlin, the brand new counselor here at Washington High School. Come on up, Mr. Coughlin. How are you? I see you've got your fan club with you here today.
Yes, brought them all with me.
All right. Well, hey, I had the privilege of talking to Mr. Coughlin yesterday, and got to learn a little bit about him, and now we're going to share some of that information with you today. Why don't we start out with a little bit of background information, starting with where you were born.
Okay, originally I was born in Galesburg, Illinois. So, right here in good old corn country.
The corn country, yes.
Graduated from Galesburg High School in 1977. You do not have to figure out how old I am. From there, I went on to Illinois. Got my degree, went to Illinois State University, and majored in special education. So I have an older brother that's retarded. So had a lot to do with me going into special education.
Okay.
From there, I taught for 8 years. Taught in Peoria for 5, and then I taught in Bloomington for a couple, and I also taught in Galesburg for 1. So then between there, I got my degree in counselor education at Illinois State University, also master's degree, and got a job in Galena, Illinois. I don't know how many people know where Galena is at. It's show of hands. Thank you. Way in the northwest corner of Illinois, about as far northwest as you can possibly go.
Okay. And now, well, how many? What was the age groups of the mentally retarded people that you were working with?
Worked anywhere from really about 10 years old up to 21.
Okay. Now, what were some of the duties that you performed
as a special ed teacher?
Right.
Well, wrote programs for them. Tried to improve behavior, living skills. See, I worked with the severe and profoundly retarded, multiply disabled. So my students they would have mental disabilities. They could also have physical disabilities, ranging anywhere from in wheelchairs to being totally bedridden to also being deaf, blind. So and also behavior disorders. So I had a really wide range.
It sounds like you were tackling quite a task there.
Yeah, there were days.
Okay. Now, let's see. You said you got into special education because of your brother.
Right.
Okay. And is he an older brother?
Older brother, my oldest brother. Right. I have a sister that my oldest is my sister, and then I have three brothers. And my brother Johnny is the oldest brother. He's retired, and then I have 2 younger brothers. One older than him, and then younger brothers. So.
Okay.
That is right.
All right. Now, let's see. We have a transition period here where you basically switched over to counseling.
Right.
Now, I guess the obvious question is why.
Right. Burnout. When you work with severe and profound, you got to kind of look for your own rewards, and after a while, really about 3 or 4 years is an average for a teacher to stay with that population. And I did it for 8, so I figured I did pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. Then, after you had stayed in Galena for a while there, did you begin looking for another job or kind of an advancement in the field a little bit?
Worked in Galena for 4 years, and my wife and I married, and I have 2 children, a little boy 2, and my daughter will be 5, and we wanted to get back to the home area. My wife is from Bloomington, and traveling 3.5 hours, how many zillions of times a year with 2 kids gets real tiring.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, I've always wanted to work in Washington. I've put applications in here for about 5 years, and resumes, and out of the blue, I got an application to Washington High School and went through the whole process, and they hired me, and I'm real excited about being here.
Great. You kind of got a baptism by fire here right at the beginning, sort of swamped with a bunch of things at the beginning of the year.
Oh, it's that way with any school. Learning a new system.
Yeah.
Trying to learn some of the students, and learning teachers' names and who they are.
Yeah. Huh. Well, do you still feel like the new guy? You still feeling
oh yeah,
a little bit of that?
Oh yes, at times, certainly.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll wear off soon. Let's see. Now, tell us a little bit about what your official duties defined by your job. I mean, what do you do here?
Well, I'm sure all of you know scheduling, always. Scheduling, schedule changes, and all of that, of course. Helping seniors with their graduation requirements, make sure they have all the graduation requirements to be able to go on. If anyone who's interested in going to college, helping with applications, locating colleges. I'm also in charge of scholarships. As they come into me, I will write them up and put them out. I've advertised them in the newspaper. So if there's any seniors listening and you're interested in scholarships, come on in. We've got them listed for you. Okay. Then I also do testing. I helped with the PSAT and MSQT test. I helped Mr. Care with the metropolitan testing. Where I came from in Galena, I was the only counselor. I did it all. So I came down here, and it's nice to be able to divide some of that work up.
Okay.
So, and also personal counseling, which I really believe that's my most important role.
Well, all right. Now let's see. Moving on to some laid-back questions here. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? What do you do when you kick back in your spare time?
What spare time I have, huh? Listen to music. I have a pretty extensive album and CD collection. Technology forced me to go to CDs, so real wide range of taste in music. I'm planning on learning how to play guitar. Instead of just listening to music, I'd kind of like to make music.
Ah, there you go.
I ride my bicycle, like to play racquetball some, and play with my kids, be a husband and a father. So.
I'm sure that takes up quite a bit of the spare time also.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Okay. And now, I mean, do you think that Washington's a place where you can, basically settle down here? And,
yeah, I really do. When we lived in Galena, my wife and I, we really never felt at home, and it really has that feeling of home for us. And it's like, I'm sure a lot of you really can't relate yet, but it's like when we left, we learned what we had, learned to appreciate what we had down here, and we really feel that way about it. So, but I think we all go through that in life, and hopefully some of you will learn that too. And listen to me, I'm playing counselor, isn't that?
Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Coughlin, we certainly have enjoyed having you on the show here today, and I certainly hope that I wish you the best of luck here at Washington, and hope the working on the relationships with students and stuff like that will work out for you.
Well, thank you.
Work out for you.
Thank you too. I really like working with young people, and so far I've had pretty good reviews so far, as far as I can tell. So I'm gonna try to keep that up.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Mr. Coughlin, everybody.
Yeah!
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show.
Guys, need help? Come talk to me. I'm there for you.
Okay. All right, that was Mr. Coughlin. Mr. Coughlin. Now, let's see. Well, I think we've. Neither one of you guys go to the snowball 4A this.
No.
Well, we have some real active co-hosts here today. We got a couple people in the audience here raising their hands. 15 or 20 people are raising their hands right now. Okay, why don't we have Terry Gustin? Terry Gustin, come on up and talk about the snowball 4A.
Yeah, Terry! Woo!
Thanks. That was the one on the floor.
Well, I wrote this little ditty up because we have to write things up, but it was at like 11 o'clock on Sunday night, and then I hadn't slept all weekend, so it's kind of lame. So basically just going to tell you about it. It was this past weekend, the 5th through the 7th, and it was a lot of fun. We had, the audience is going, yeah. We had 2 speakers, Adele Kareem and Jack Johnson. And Friday night, Jack Johnson, he's an older guy, he's like 45, but he talked to us about reality. And some of the things that he said were really interesting. And then Saturday, he talked to us about raising our parents. That was fun too. And Adele Kareem, he's about 21. He's 21 years old, and he's a professional speaker already. He's from India, and it was kind of fun listening to his accent. But he talked to us. He did this workshop called Beta Beta. Is that what it's called? Faba Faba. Whoops.
Faba Faba.
And
So what exactly does Faba mean?
Faba Faba.
I don't know exactly what it means.
We don't know what it means, but it was this workshop, and you split into 2 cultures, the Alpha and the Betas, and each culture had their different customs, and then we had to go into the other culture and try to figure out what their customs were. It was really interesting, and then afterwards we talked about some of the things, the differences between cultures and how to understand each other better. And he also talked to us about success, and he had some really profound statements in there too. And Saturday morning / afternoon, I don't remember which it was almost a lot of morning, afternoon. But they had a nice fire alarm for us for some reason. They didn't tell us that it was a fake one, the first one, so everybody got out of the room. They were almost outside, and then they're like, oh, wait a second, it's not real. So that was kind of interesting. And, of course, we had our little dance on Saturday night, and I think that's about it. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Mrs. Smollenberger.
Mrs. Smollenberger.
Yeah, the female counselor, Mrs. Smollenberger. She had to get up and sing what was it?
This was my game. It was
It's the
Heartbreak
Andorang's game.
Hotel.
Heartbreak Hotel, and she was up there going like.
No, wait, no, it was Jailhouse Rock.
Jailhouse Rock, yeah, because they were having a contest between two groups, but it was worth the money to go see your dance up there.
This was an all weekend.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
all
then
weekend
Friday
thing.
night to Saturday, 12 about.
You stayed in the school.
Sunday.
Sundays. Oh my. I still haven't caught up on my sleep yet. Yeah, it's still Sunday till 12. We stayed in the school. The guys slept in 210 up at the study hall and another room, quiet room, 154.
And everybody kept under control, and it was.
Sure, yeah. Sure, yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's about it. It's a lot of fun. So if anybody didn't go, I mean, if you can ask somebody that went, it's really fun, and it gives you some positive information and a little extra after you've been in school for like 3 months and you're like, I hate this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sorry, I look into that camera. That's about it. It was really fun though.
Well, great.
This
So
is
everybody
the
check it
t-shirt.
out next year. That's the T-shirt.
Yeah.
In the true spirit of the T-shirt show,
T-shirt show.
I guess, unless. Okay, Terry Gustin, thanks a lot.
Yeah, Terry!
There's marshmallows there. These make me sick.
What's better? You got tired of the marshmallows, huh? All right. Well,
Aaron,
yeah.
real quick. I'm getting pretty full. Do you by any chance know what a vomitorium is?
A vomitorium.
Wish's office.
Actually, I do believe that in Greek times, or was it the Romans?
Both.
I think it was both. But primarily the Greeks, they would eat themselves into a immobility. They would eat themselves into immobility and utilize the facilities, i.e. the vomitoriums, and then they could come back and eat a lot more.
Right. Well, I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Well, while those guys are heading off to the vomitoriums, we have a segment by Daniel Doring, and it is titled "The Perplexity of the Mind at Its Highest Point." Dan Doring, come on up. Oh, Dan.
Dan, I need 2 volunteers for this workshop. Corey Stambaugh and Karen Lindahl.
He's playing favorites.
Favoritism.
First of all, I'd like to say I was at Snowball. I have on my T-shirt as well.
I didn't wear
I was there, but I don't have mine.
Please take a seat. You have to concentrate now. Okay.
The
Nice.
perplexity of the mind at its highest point, Dan. What's?
So what do we volunteer for?
Trivia.
Am I
about
included in this,
Doesn't
Dan?
have anything to do with Elvis, does it?
Yeah, he can be included in this.
All right, great.
Who wants to be our scorekeeper? Joe, come up here. Sit in front. Okay. Okay. This is the most intellectual part of the newspaper, the comic strips. This is all about comic strips. Question number 1. What does Charlie Brown's dad do for a living? Karen Lindahl.
He's a lawyer.
Wrong. Corey.
It's a doctor.
Wrong. Aaron.
He's a electroencephalographic technologist.
Close, but wrong. He's a barber.
Oh, jeez.
That way has that swell
The thinker
haircut.
gets that one. Okay. Number 2. What's John's, Garfield's owner, last name? Corey Stambaugh.
Arbuncle.
Correct.
As the crowd goes wild.
It's Arbuckle, not Arbuckle.
What was that?
He was
No
incorrect.
cheating.
I can't see.
It's Arbuckle, not Arbuckle.
Question
Wait,
number
we have a gripe. We have a gripe.
It's Arbuckle, not Arbuckle. It's Arbuckle.
Well, it's my buckle and your buckle too, so it's our buckle. Okay. Question number 3. Who draws the family circus?
What's his name?
No comment.
10 seconds. Corey Stambaugh.
Bill somebody.
Last name.
Haven't a clue.
Last name.
Bill
Smith.
Stewart.
Wrong. Aaron, do you have a guess?
No, I'm still stuck in that electroencephalographic technology thing.
It's Bill Keane.
We get half a point
Ah.
for Bell.
Thinker, 2.
Yeah, he gets a half a
it's
point.
not.
Yes, he does. He got the
It's
first name
not.
right.
Corey, 1.5.
It's my game.
Because you couldn't figure out now.
Question number 4. What's the name of Beetle Bailey's nemesis?
What is a nemesis?
Equal foe.
Yes, Corey.
Sarge.
Correct.
Corey, 2.5. Thinker, 1.
Okay. Now these are the mind-bender questions. What comic strip does Wendell star in? Man from the Couch.
USA.
Wrong. Not Wendell the chicken. Wendell the little boy. Yes, Corey.
The Middletons?
Correct.
Boy, that is.
He's just Karen. What's your problem?
It's rigged.
3.5.
Wilson.
Well, I call him
Thinker,
Wendell.
1. Karen,
Okay. Question number 5. What is the name of the boy in the Nancy comic strip? Karen.
Sluggo.
Correct.
That was false information.
But I
Yeah,
still got
Brian
it
says
right.
that
That's
was
how
wrong.
good
Bonus
I am.
question number 1. Ready, Ann?
I'm ready for this
You're
one.
really stinking really bad. You need to get something.
Well, see, I got the vomitorium thing correct, and now I'm still stuck back on that also.
This
so.
is a 2-parter. You have to get both answers correct.
Ask the question, Dan.
What war does the Red Baron, Snoopy's enemy, partake in, and what is his favorite drink? Yes. Aaron.
I don't have both parts, but I do know that it was World War I, and his favorite drink would have had to have been Coca-Cola Classic.
Wrong. Yes.
World War I and root beer.
Correct. And stop looking at my paper.
Somebody back there said root beer.
Okay. This is how many points does Corey have?
He has 4.5. Karen has 1, and the Thinker has 1 also.
Huh. This next bonus question will be worth 5 points, so anybody still can win.
Even me.
This is not involving a comic strip. It's something I'm just going to think of right now. What is the square root of 9,875.369872?
225.2987.
Wrong. Yes.
99.358.
She is right.
She is.
Karen wins.
It's rigged. It's fixed. Boo. Dan, you can take your game and go sit back down on the couch.
I resign.
I would just like to say I'm sorry for all the bad deeds that I have done.
You are forgiven, my son. Okay. Nonetheless, boy, I'm glad we're putting our airtime to good use over here.
Get up.
Wouldn't you agree, guys?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, the men from the vomitorium are now back, and we are going to be moving right along with our one and only Matt Manos with Uncle Charlie today.
Story, dagnabbit. Let's see if I can think of one. Oh, I got one. It's called Jack and the Beanstalk. Now, Jack used to live with his dad until he left. His dad left and he was a deadbeat. He wouldn't pay his child support. So Jack and his mom didn't have any money. And they couldn't even afford a lawnmower, so the weeds in the backyard grew all the way up to the sky. And then one afternoon, Jack had nothing to do, so he climbed up the weeds. And up on top, he saw a castle. And in the castle, there was a chicken. And this chicken laid diamond eggs. Then they brought it down. Jack brought it down, and he wanted some money from it. So when they got home, the chicken, it laid cubic zirconia eggs, and it wasn't worth anything. So they got ripped off. Then the next time Jack went up, he got a harp. And this harp sang rock and roll all day. So Jack brought it down thinking he could make a show out of it. And all it said was rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. It sang rock and roll. He didn't make any money out of that either. So the next time Jack went up, the owner of the house caught him. The owner of the house was a big giant. The giant chased him out of the house. And Jack tripped and fell, and he fell all the way down to the ground. And he landed, splat! That was the end of Jack. And Jack's mom was real sad. But then the giant came, and since he was a rich man, she married him, and now she had lots of money, and that's the way it is. And that's the way it will be. That's the way I like it. So leave me alone. I'm going back to sleep.
Yay!
I live, Uncle Charlie.
Hi.
All right, well, that was Matt Manos doing his rendition of Uncle Charlie. For the last little ditty we have here on the show today, I'm pleased to announce Joe Kramer with the sports report. Come on up, Joe. That's terrible, people. Big round of applause for Joe here.
I have my T-shirt on.
Well, what do you got to tell us about the sports here today, Joe?
Well, I'm mad.
You're mad.
Being a fellow football player, the varsity was somewhat defeated last Wednesday, 14-7, by Sacred Heart Griffin, and we're out of the playoffs. We're done. It's over. Bye. I play on the sophomore team, so it doesn't affect me at all. But I have some fellow players on the varsity squad. But anyway, I was told I have very little time at all, so I'm making this very quick. The sophomores ended their season 7-1. We're conference champions. The freshmen ended their season 6-1. They're nothing. Mr. Cram's gonna kill me for this. And now, the winter sports are starting: basketball, boys and girls; wrestling, boys and girls.
Girls wrestling?
As odd as it may sound, I'm sure it could happen. Any brave girls out there? Terry. She's a tough person.
John Cox.
John Cox. Dan Doring, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will beat
Girls
the boys
wrestling.
into the ground.
We're there.
I might actually win. Might is the key word.
I had a bunch of other stuff, but I guess I'll do that next time. So.
Oh, we got a good minute 50 left.
Those are mine.
Oh, okay.
Those were his.
All right, well, you're out of here then. Just
I'm
go
Joe
sit
Kramer,
right
and that's
back
the
down.
sports for me.
Yes.
Hurry. Okay. Shh. Okay. The fall play is Murder Takes a Veil. It's a pretty good production. Tickets are $2.50 for adults, $1.50 for students, and you can buy them from me, John Cox, or you can buy them at the door when you go. There will be at least one murder. I'll give you that much. It'll be a great show.
Tell them about the play.
You should go.
I'm the detective.
Yeah, that was the fall play. It's November 18th and 19th.
How
It's
much
a
are the
Thursday and a
tickets?
Friday.
Tell them about the ticket prices.
Oh yeah, that was $2.50 for adults and $1.50 for students. You can buy them from me or at the door.
Activity pass.
No, you can't use your activity pass.
If you do, you'll be the victim.
Whoa.
Is that all?
That's all.
Great. We got more time left. I'll tell you, we were close to being right on half an hour today. Nate, do you have any final closing remarks here today?
Just look at him. I'm joking, Nate. I love you, man.
No.
Okay, no closing remarks. Well, I guess that puts me in charge of once again saying something meaningful, so everybody can go home and lead happier lives. I want everybody to make sure that you drive on the correct side of the road and and listen to your Elvis. That's Dan prompted me to say that today, actually.
Correct side of the road's on the right.
That was
This
Elvis,
is-
not eldest. Elvis.
Elvis.
E-L-V-I-S.
Yeah, that Elvis.
It's Elvis. Damn it.
Nonetheless, this is WCHS Today. We hope you've enjoyed one more exciting episode. See us 2 weeks from now.
We're gonna blow up. This was one up.